everyone, it's Linnea for LDRS Creative, and we're going to take a look at the Winter Wonderland Cardmaking Kit exclusive on the HSN website. This kit has pretty much everything you need to make 18 beautiful winter cards. All you need to grab is your adhesive to put these cards together. Let's go ahead and start by looking at the 18 sheets of 5x7 pattern papers. There are 3 each of 6 patterns. And I love the color scheme of these patterns. You have some that are cool blues and whites, and then some that are mixed in with this warm brown tone and even a little bit of like a gold look to them. So this is really going to lend itself to cards that you can create for anyone of any gender. Then there are also 18 die cut toppers. Again, 3 each of 6 different designs. And each of these designs has some kind of woodland scene with these adorable critters. And I love these scenes because, again, these are gender neutral, so you're going to be able to create 18 cards with this kit and send them to anyone on your holiday list. Next up, we need some sentiments to go on top of all of these cards. So there are 18 die-cut sentiments, 3 each of 6 designs again. This one says, wishing you a season of hope and light. Welcome to hot chocolate weather. I love that one. Next, this one says, thoughts of you warm my heart. Perfect to go along with those cozy winter scenes. There's snow place like home. Snow days are the best days. And then the last one reads, sending you warm winter wishes. So any of these sentiments are going to go with any of the scenes, so you can mix and match. Then there are also lots of die cut ephemera pieces. And I'm going to bring in one of those die cut toppers again so that you can see how these die cut ephemera pieces work. So there are 3 of each of these pieces, and you can see here that this little critter who's building the snowman is the same design as the one that goes with this coordinating card topper. So if you want to, and what I'm going to be doing in this video is showing you how you can take these critter pieces, these ephemeras, and pop them up on top of their matching card topper. And you're going to create this seamless design that is popped up, cozy and warm, and just full of all kinds of wintry cuteness. Now, if you want to, you don't have to use the matching ephemera with the die cut topper. You can just build your own scene by taking some of these trees and mixing them in with the critters. So if you want to kind of stretch your cards kit past the 18 cards that this kit can make, you don't have to use the coordinating ephemera with the card topper. So like I said, this kit contains pretty much everything you need to make 18 cards, and that includes 18 5x7 side folding card bases, as well as 18 5x7 envelopes. The envelopes are a little bit larger than 5x7, but they will fit your 5x7 cards. They're going to fit nicely so you can send them right through the mail. So that is everything that's included in the LDRS Creative Winter Wonderland Cardmaking Kit. And again, this one is exclusive to HSN. We're going to go ahead and make 2 cards in this video, and I'm going to use the same ephemera and the same toppers. I'll switch up the sentiments, but I wanted to show you the difference between the warm colored papers and the cool colored papers. And I'm going to make this one that I'm starting with this warm kind of almost like a craft brown paper. This one I'm going to have a more masculine feel, and then the next one will have a more feminine feel. So I've started by taking that pattern paper, gluing that right onto one of the card bases. Now I found my ephemera that matches my card topper, and how I like to adhere this is to use some foam tape. That's going to give you that popped up dimension, but it's going to be seamless because it's the same as the background. Now I have 2 different foam tapes here. One is the standard one that I use all the time, and it's 1/16 of an inch. But then I have this one that is 1/8 of an inch, and it's hard to see on camera, but it is double thickness from my traditional foam tape. And I'm going to use this to pop up my critter for even more dimension. Now, if you're concerned about it going through the mail and not getting kind of ripped or dented, you can use your regular foam tape, or you could just glue it right on top if you wanted to. I'm just going to plan to hand deliver this card, so I'm going to use lots of foam tape and lots of dimension. When I'm adding these critter ephemera pieces on top of their matching topper, I'm going to look for what I call kind of like anchor points. So any parts of the die cut ephemera piece that are going to clearly match up with the topper, that's what I'm looking for. So the tips of the deer's ear, or maybe the tips of the tree branches, something that's going to be darker that I can clearly line up so that I know I have my ephemera in just exactly the right place. I added some foam tape behind my sentiment and also behind that card topper and popped both of them up onto my base. Now here's where you could stop if you wanted to, and all you would need to add to this kit to complete your card is adhesive. But I wanted to show you how you can easily step up these card designs. So I grabbed my glossy accents, and I am going to add a little bit of shine here and there to anywhere where there's lights or ornaments. And then I also thought that I might want to add some highlights to the snow, and I'm also going to dot in some imaginary little snowflakes or even little ornaments on the trees. Now this will become clearer as it dries. It's kind of got that little glossy haze to it right now. I'm going to set that aside to dry for about 30 minutes, and then I'm going to work on this second card. That first one I kept really simple. No glitter or anything, just some additional elements, but I left it to feel more masculine so that I could send it to the guys on my holiday list. This one I chose this paper specifically because I wanted to dress it up in the background. It kind of looks like glitter or sparkles to me, and I wanted to make this one appear a little more feminine. But I have the same card topper and the same ephemera die cut piece. And again, I'm going to use my double thick foam tape and add some adhesive behind the little deer. And then I'm going to pop him up onto that card topper. Again, I'm looking for those anchor points. So you can see me here kind of lining up the tips of the tree branches. There's some snow mixed into the grass at the bottom. So I can use those as anchor points to line up to make sure that I'm in just exactly the right spot. And if you're not in exactly the right spot, don't worry about it. These are very forgiving. From here, I'm going to add some more foam tape behind my sentiment. I'll pop that up onto my panel in pretty much the same spot as I did on the first card, but it is a different sentiment. And then I'll add foam tape behind the topper and pop that onto my card base. Now here's where I kind of brought in a more feminine feel. I'm going to bring in a clear glitter pen. And this one it's just clear glitter in a pen form. It's I kind of tested it here just to make sure the ink was flowing. And then I'm going to add some glitter highlights to the ornaments. And where I added glossy accents on the first card to highlight the snow, I'm going to highlight it with glitter this time. Again, this is completely optional. You could skip this and the card would be beautiful to send out without any additional glitter or glossy elements. I just wanted to show you some ways to kind of step this up if you wanted to. So don't be afraid to dive into your crafty stash and use up some of what you might already have on hand. Now here's where I'm kind of adding some glittery elements to the background. I took that glitter pen and added a tiny dot of glitter to the center of each of those little stars in the background. And now I also kind of wanted my windows and ornaments, wherever there was light, to look shiny, you know, like glass. So I added the glossy accents to the lanterns and to the ornament. And here's where I'm going to bring in even more sparkle and shine. I added tiny little drops of glue, and I'm going to add some gems onto these pine trees so that maybe they look like little ornaments or even glistening drops of snow. I'm just going to add a whole bunch. So here are my two finished cards. This one doesn't have any glitter, and I feel like it has a more masculine feel because of the warm colors. And I know that I would feel comfortable sending this to anyone on my Christmas list. And just look at all the shine from that glossy accents. It really steps up the card design. This second one, I could send to anyone on my Christmas list, but especially to people who like a little extra shine and glitter. There's those gems on the trees, and then I added those glitter highlights to the snow and to the little stars on my background paper. That's it. There's two cards I created with the Winter Wonderland Card Making Kit. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you again soon. Bye!